Hello and welcome to the Season 26 DSFL Prospect Draft. I am your host, J Patch. I am an ISFL HO intern. I do a million things around the league. I play for the New Orleans second line. And I am joined by a wonderful, wonderful cast of characters. Please introduce yourself now.
Hi there, I'm Blasoon, you may know me as Solomon Ramsey, and I am not the GM of Norfolk, but I will happily represent them.
Hi, I'm Glims, the GM of the Kansas City Coyotes. Also, Felix Arkstone, the offensive lineman for the Baltimore Hawks.
Hi, I'm Kyan Prack. I am one of the GMs for the Dallas Bird Dogs, and I play for the Austin Copperheads as Zoe Watts.
And I am Swanky Pants. I am the GM of the Tijuana Luchadors, and my player is the running back Richard Gilbert on the Colorado Yeti.
Hey, I'm CC. I'm the GM of the Minnesota Grey Ducks, and my player is Tyron Shields, a corner for the Chicago Butchers.
Hi, I am Thor, the GM for the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, and Heath Evans for the Orange County Otters.
Awesome. So as you've noticed, I brought in the whole team of all the GMs today because I am horribly uninformed when it comes to this kind of stuff. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, this is the draft. We had players picked to all the teams over the last, 3-4 days. I forget exactly. But they have all been picked. They all go to a team. If you created a player after the trade deadline, this is your moment to find out where you're going to go for the rest of the season, probably unless you get traded for. But at the end of the stream, if you created after the draft started, stick around and see where your player went. We will announce all waiver pickups at the end of the stream. So, woohoo. Anyway, without further ado, with the first overall pick, the Norfolk Seawolves select Sparky BOONMAN, safety, fleshbag soup.
Yeah, flashback soup, or bagel as most of us know him. I mean, just one of our favorite players in the draft. You know, he can be quiet sometimes, but those moments when he chimes in, they're just always gold. And honestly, I don't know if there was anybody who would have been better served as the first overall pick. Also, go Hawks!
I hate you guys so much for taking Bagel from me. And it's not even from me. Like, I don't even play in T1 anymore. But I love him so much.
Yeah, we were upset. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We were mad. Real mad.
Good.
But
Sorry, we deserve something.
it's a great pick. So, congrats, Bagel. Enjoy your time in Norfolk.
With the second overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Jim the Vampire. We thought about letting this guy drop in the draft just for fun, but we couldn't bring ourselves to do it. He's an amazing guy who has been and continues to be an enormous part of the Dallas Bird Dogs organization. The locker room just wouldn't be the same without him, and we're thrilled to bring his newest player on board.
I love the render. I feel like that looks like a lightsaber almost on his hip, even though it's not, but it makes me feel good. Congrats, Kyle.
All right, with the third overall pick, the Kansas City Coyotes select 11 Kendrick Watts, numbers. So he was the original founder of the Coyotes, has never played for them. So we knew day one, once he created, has to be on our team, no doubt. So glad to take him here. Glad to have him on the team finally.
Heck yeah. Congrats, numbers.
With the fourth overall pick, the Portland Pythons select Lawrence Miller. So notes from Southpaw say Overdue was our clear number one choice in this draft. Cornerback is a huge need for us in the coming season, and Overdue just stood heads and tails above the rest in that category. To be able to take him at the number 4 pick is a huge win for us, and we couldn't be happier to have him become a Portland Python. I was a little upset.
I'm very upset.
He's a fantastic user.
Yeah, I talked to this. I actually talked to this guy personally, like during scouting before the draft, and he was definitely on our radar for our first round pick. He came over from SHL. There was a whole bunch of these guys that came from, I believe it was the Kraken. I'm not familiar with their teams, but they all kind of came over as a group, and he was one of them. And he blew me away in like the interview process.
Heck yeah. Well, congrats overdue. Enjoy your time in Portland.
Okay, with the 5th overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Madison Hayes, user 7. This was a really hard pick for us because we had to decide between 7 and another player that we had on waivers. And we decided to go with 7 because the other player we felt was more likely to fall to us at our next pick. 7's awesome, and we're really excited to get him. He's got he does media, he's got SHL presence, so he's a good user already. He's been active in the locker room because, like I said, he was a waiver pick for us, and at the time of the draft, he was the top earner in the class. So we're really happy about this one.
7 is definitely one of my favorite users in the draft, and I kind of had a hunch he would go in the first round just because of his value, but nonetheless, I was a little bit sad that he did.
Definitely a fantastic pick, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Congrats, 7.
All right, with the 6th overall pick, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select. He hate me, pick 6, the 2nd. User is Vorshayla, and I don't know if I said that right, but I'm just going to hope I did. Quick little rundown. He played for Myrtle Beach with He Hate Me, pick 6, the 1st. And we were pretty excited that he fell to us at 6. I mean, I would call it a fall, but you know, it's he came to us where we wanted him, and I think he'll be excited to be back, and we're excited to have him as the first pick of the Bondi Beach history.
Nice. Fantastic. Congrats, Vorsh. With the 7th overall pick, the London Royals will select Duke Cheeks, linebacker, user Tropicalia CC, maybe? Anyway, the notes from MAG are that after losing linebacker of the year, Legacy Burfitz, to the ISFL, Cheeks filled a much-needed role in our front 7, coupled with the fact that Trop is the user behind reigning MVP Dexter Banks II. We feel certain that he will have an elite linebacker group for another season. Plus, this gives me a chance to say Duke Cheeks in the war room without our former GM kicking me. That's great. Fantastic. You guys got any good things to say about this guy?
Trop was a former GM of Kansas as well, so he's a really great user, does a lot for the league, and you know his record shows that he's definitely one of the better ones here. So crazy that they got him at 7, but definitely a great pick.
Nice. Congrats, Trop.
All right, and with the 8th overall pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Preston Parker from user The Danger Zone. So Preston Parker was one of our waiver pickups after the trade deadline last season. He impressed me because he just immediately jumped into the locker room, and it was like he had been there the whole time. This guy's been around the league a long time. I think he said it was at least his 3rd character. I want to say it was his 4th though. And yeah, just like I said, a great guy. I had to remind myself a few times that he was a waiver pickup after the deadline just because of how quickly and how easily he fit in with the rest of the group.
Yeah, he's really a presence in the Tijuana locker room, and I'm really happy we got him back. So, congrats, TDZ.
And so, with the 9th pick in the DSFL draft, the Norfolk Seawolves will select BEANMAN, defensive end from the user Seawolves. And this pick is really just a match made in heaven. From the minute they created, we knew that we needed them here in Norfolk. They've been active and looking for ways to engage and add to the league from the get-go, which is always great in allies. So from all of us, BEANMAN, we're really excited to have you here in Norfolk. And as we say over there, that's some great beans.
I want
The
to
official
chime in real
bean
quick.
of Canada.
and say, yeah, Seymour is a fantastic user. Love the scouting we did with him. We actually wanted to trade into the first round to try and get him as well because he's absolutely blew us away. But Norfolk got an amazing person here at the second round.
You could say they really beansed everyone else.
We're literally spamming every beer emote we have. Just to welcome.
Congrats, Seymour.
With the 10th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select JOLIET Christ Jr., AW13. One of the biggest needs for Dallas in this draft was a quarterback. While I truthfully didn't know AW all that well before this, he came strongly recommended by one of our veteran war members as a fantastic person to have around. Our scouting conversation was a fun one, and he's been great to have around the public locker room as well. I think he'll be a great fit and look forward to having him on board.
Yeah, so AW was a former co-GM with Myrtle Beach and played with us before. We were kind of hoping he'd just fall down the board to a point where we could rationalize taking him because he's a really good guy to have around. But yeah, Dallas got a good one.
Well, congrats, AW. Enjoy your time in Dallas.
All right. The 11th pick, the Kansas City Coyotes take XANDER Creed for my man Bandit. This is one of the users I was most excited about. I don't know what it is about him, but I love everything about Bandit. And I told the War Room, I don't know how we justify getting him, but we need to justify it. If he's in the second round, we have to take him. No circumstances do we let him fall anymore. So when he fell here, we absolutely had to strike on that. We did, and I'm so glad to have him.
You can really say he was a steal here. Congrats, Bandit. Enjoy your time in Kansas City. With the 12th pick in the DSFL Draft, the Portland Pythons select a trade. Portland receives Quavius McGrady and this pick, as well as the Tijuana's round 5 next season. And Tijuana receives Rocky Jackman and Tijuana receives this pick. Portland receives a pick 4 picks from now. And yeah. And with that, Swanky.
So with that pick, with number 12, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Drip Dad from user Commish Drip. So this guy actually, I haven't had the pleasure of talking to him personally yet, but I know Tonzi talked to him and just raved about this guy. Said he was a fun guy, good to talk to. The other thing we know about him, or that I know about him, is that he's kind of open to playing multiple positions. We drafted him as a running back, but I know he's expressed some interest in maybe playing some quarterback as well. So we wanted to grab him because he's a good user, and we can kind of, decide where we want to fit everyone later.
Heck yeah.
Okay, with the 13th overall pick in the DSFL Draft, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select
It's a trade.
trade.
Whoa! Okay, Minnesota receives Captain John Price and London's next season, their round 6 pick, and London receives this pick and a conditional round 9 pick that becomes a round 10 pick if next season there are more or equal to 175 prospects at the start of the draft. And with that, with the 13th pick, London Royals select Fergus Callahan Jr., defensive tackle, user Hobby75. So Mag says, entering the draft with 0 defensive linemen, we knew that DT was a position we wanted to target early. Hobby has been a regular in many servers by this point, so we knew he would be on several teams' radars at a scarce position of need. Given his experience in sim leagues and presence in Discord, we are glad to pick him up here, even though he's a Broncos fan. Which is good.
Yeah, Hoppy is great. We had him as a waiver pickup, and we'd had him recommended to us before he'd ever even created. And we were going to take him with the next pick. So, smart pick here.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Hoppy. Enjoy your time in London.
All right, and with the 14th overall pick in the Season 26 DSFL Draft, Bondi Beach Buccaneers select James Wilkinson, user Trent. So Trent has been really active in earning, written a lot of good media, and is really off to a good start. I think he's got something like 180 TPE at this point once he gets the next update in. And yeah, we're pretty excited to be able to get him here in the second round. We thought he was going to go earlier. And NTG says that he hopes he can catch more touchdowns than Djibouti McJimison could.
Now,
Yeah.
how likely of that as of a goal is it? I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
Heck yeah, true. Well, congrats, Trient. Enjoy your time in Bondi Beach. With the 15th pick, the London Royals will select Marlon Brando, defensive tackle, Menace 0528. Mag says, for anyone who has been in the London server over the past week, this might be the most telegraphed pick of the draft for us. Menace, aka Don't Trust the Potatoes, aka Blorgle, has made London their second home in the offseason, and we're delighted to add a fantastic user as well as some much more needed bulk on the line. Most importantly, a message from CROOK, hashtag Blorgle Gang. Marlon Brando. What an actor.
Beautiful.
True. Stunning. Well, congrats, Menace. Enjoy your time in London.
With the 16th overall pick, the Portland Pythons select Kita Shayasta. Hopefully I said that right. Saber Mike. South says, another star in our draft. After moving back from the 12th pick, we were afraid we might have missed out on him. However, we couldn't believe that he was still there at 16, and after so many great conversations with him, we knew this was our guy. We actually had the opportunity to pick Saber Mike up off of waivers in Dallas, and I can definitely confirm he's an amazing user, and Portland was lucky to nab him here.
Nice. Congrats, Saber Mike. Enjoy your time in Portland.
And so with the 17th pick in the DSFL Draft, the Norfolk Seawolves will proudly select Candice D. Fit in Your Mouth, defensive tackle from the user The Real Mazat. And so, yeah, we know this guy on Discord, and they've made just a great impression on us in our prospect chat. They'll simultaneously be a great fit in our culture as well as filling in one of our positions of need, and really you can't ask for more than that. But we're really excited to bring them aboard and to continue having those late night chats with them. Oh, do make sure to get on bed on time.
Who
Man,
needs sleep?
Norfolk's the place to be for the good names, right? Like, I can't wait to see them in the sim, just filling up BEANMAN, BOOMMAN, Fit in Your Mouth. Man, this is gonna be nuts. Congrats, The Real Mazat. Enjoy your time in Norfolk.
With the 18th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Borgo San Lorenzo, Agent Smith. This guy was one of our first choices on the draft board, and we feel so lucky to have been able to nab him at this point in the draft. We had the opportunity to first get to know Smith when we picked him up off of waivers. As a seasoned SHL guy, he knows his way around a sim league, and he's just an overall amazing presence to have in the locker room. We look forward to bringing him in on a more permanent basis.
Nice. Fantastic. Congrats, Agent Smith. Enjoy your time in Dallas.
All right, with the 19th overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Mills Wallace, user Griff. So whenever we were in the second round, we were really considering Griff with that before we traded to London, and we were just hoping he would fall to us. He was one of the most active prospects in our locker room prior to the draft, and we're just really happy to have him. We obviously already have a kicker, but we're going to try to work something out with the two of them and figure out what our best option is. So
You got a really great guy here.
Yeah. Well, congrats, Griff. Enjoy Kiki with Minnesota.
With the 20th overall pick, the Portland Pythons select Kevin Morrison, the Canadian Canuck. According to South, Boom is definitely someone we had our eye on in Portland. He, as both a user and a player, is someone that we believe can bring a lot to the locker room. To be able to grab him with the 20th pick is just amazing, and we look forward to seeing what he can do for us both on and off the field. Speaking personally, Boom is an amazing user, and I think Portland got a bit of a steal here. So I hope he really enjoys his time in Portland and that they treat him well.
Heck yeah.
With the 21st overall pick in the draft, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Mike Hunt, user the Sparky D. So this pick was all in the war room because I was busy during this one, but he was easily the consensus among everyone in the room, and they were all ecstatic that he was still on the board. And they were obviously considering him with the last pick too. Our scout that scouted him was Vanity, who said that they're an experienced sim leaguer coming from SHL. They seem like a great team player and they have great enthusiasm. They're also interested in working their way up to GMing someday, and they have exceptionally good taste when it comes to certain beverages. So if our scouts love Sparky, then so do I.
I played with Sparky in SHL in the juniors, and Sparky is a fantastic person and will be great on your team.
Awesome. Congrats, Sparky.
With the 22nd pick of the draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select trade. We traded this pick away to Kansas City in exchange for their round 4. We gave them our round 4 as well. We just moved up a little bit there. And Sergio Kitchens, who is someone that's a bit flexible for us, we're going to move him around and make him fit in with the team really well. It's capped already, so ideal.
Awesome.
All right. So now the 22nd pick, Kansas City takes Cheese Farley from Gurin Wodo. So this is a PBE GM for Kashima, if anyone's familiar with them. Great guy. We got a lot of familiarity with him. Always a really nice presence to have around, and does really well with earning. So we really wanted to get a good mix of personalities in here to really keep the culture going, and we absolutely think Gurin will do a great job with that, as well as help our new running back get the ball going. So glad to have him.
This pick broke my heart, man. I wanted him at Tijuana so bad because we got him as a waiver pickup, and he was just a great presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this guy's he's even vocal. Like, he loves developmental leagues in different sim leagues, so it's just a great pickup for you guys. And honestly, if I think he wasn't like an offensive lineman, he probably would have been a first rounder.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely got that kind of potential.
Wow.
You know,
So-
one of our scouts was absolutely heartbroken that KC were able to get him here.
Okay. Well, congrats, Gurin. Enjoy your time in Kansas City. With the 23rd pick in the DSFL Draft, London Royals select. Oh, geez. TSUYU ASUI? Maybe?
See you at 3, I think.
Okay. Wide receiver, user Wildfire Micro. Mag says Wildfire is probably very relieved to see his name called at this point, as he has been counting down the hours frequently to this moment. Wildfire's previous player was an award-winning London Royal, and we are very excited to bring him home again. Even though it's asking a lot, we hope TSUYU, I'm butchering it, but we hope that he can be even better than Eric Richards was in London.
Wildfire is definitely one of my favorite prospects in the class. I talk to him pretty frequently. Just a great person and a really great pick for London. Definitely going to be a great player for them.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Wildfire. Enjoy your time in London.
All right. With the 24th overall pick of the Season 26 draft, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Booty from user Booty. So this is a pick I'm really excited about. I actually met Booty before she joined the league. We have a little D&D game going with some other Luchador players, and she's actually the girlfriend of one of our captains. So she came and joined us there, and we played some D&D. Then she decided she wanted to join the league, so we're really excited to have her. And she's another player that has expressed that she's open to switching positions based on what the team needs.
Nice. Congrats, Booty. See you around in the locker room.
So, with the 25th pick in the DSFL draft, the Norfolk Seals will proudly add to our ship Joseph RADETKZY, wide receiver with the user Stephen O'Sullivan. And Stephen O'Sullivan is another really great user. Joey in particular had a really incredible scouting conversation with them. They were super friendly. And so we're really excited to get to know them better in the locker room, just chat even more. I mean, I think that with the way that our wideout core is developing, they're just going to play the perfect role this season.
Great. Congrats, Steven.
With the 26th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select DEMETRE, ELLIOTT. This pick was the source of much debate in our war room, as there were still quite a few great users on the board that we were all very interested in. Ultimately, Retu won out, though, as he filled a positional need, but also seemed to be a good fit overall for the locker room. A couple of people on Dallas now also share a team with him in the SHL, so that turned out to be an added bonus of the selection that we learned about after the fact, which was kind of cool. So excited to have him.
Yay.
So with the 27th pick in the season 26 draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Jonas Redfield Gab Johnson. So this is Noor. He is the commissioner in the SHL. He was also the GM for me in the juniors in SHL for Detroit. And yeah, he's a really good guy. We are hoping that we can bring him in and get him and keep him really active. We're pretty excited for this pick. And yeah, welcome to the team. And good job, Noor.
Nice. Hey, Blasoon, can you check your mic? Because you're getting a lot of background noise.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
With the 28th overall pick, Portland Pythons select Carter Fox, Fuzz ISFL. South says this was one of his favorites to talk to in this class. Fuzz was high on his list, and he kept hoping somehow he would fall to Portland, and luckily for them, he did. He is a guy that is looking to, who is going to slot in very well on the line for them next season, and they're looking forward to seeing him in that Python jersey, that brand new flashy green.
Hey, nice. Congrats, Fuzz.
All right, with the 29th overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Bobby Tarantino, user JSteel14. So I'm not sure why JSteel fell so far, other than the usual bias against recreates, but they're a great user. They were behind Pete Parker, who had a phenomenal career. They're a great earner. I've never interacted with them myself, but I've only ever heard good things about them. And when Wilkers, who's in our war room, saw us discussing our options here, he basically told us that we were stupid if we let JSteel pass. So, especially with the need at tight end. So we went with the easy choice and took the vet here.
I agree with Wilkers. I know JSteel a little bit because he was in Colorado same time as me for a few seasons, and like you said, he's a little on the quieter side, but he'll never like cause issues or cause drama. He's a friendly guy when he pops around, so this was a good pick for you.
Nice.
All right, with pick number 30, the Kansas City Coyotes take Michael Stevens from Beast of the Future. We liked our scouting with this guy. And he had a lot of good things to say about him. So we needed to start filling up wide receiver positions now. And, we couldn't find a better guy than Michael Stevens at this point. Beast of the Future loves playing for bots from what we saw. So I'm sure he's going to come back, really enjoy it there, and enjoy interacting with the community. So
Okay, with the 31st pick in the ISFL or the DSFL draft, the London Royals select. Oh my gosh, Anansi Spiderson, safety user 3VGG. So Mag has to say about this guy. 3VGG is one of the nicest users we had a chance to speak with during the scouting process, and he had some very thoughtful questions about the league and our team that let me know he was taking the league seriously. His player had an impressive Prospect Bowl outing, and we think that performance isn't just a fluke, so we're happy to have it. Yeah, so congrats to 3VGG. Enjoy your time in London.
And with the 32nd overall pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Buck Nekkid from user Voltage. So this guy actually, this is a recreate. He initially created, I want to say, season 21, and we got glowing reviews from J Doctor about him. He just told me he was a great guy. He had scouted him back during that season. Basically, from what I've heard, what happened is he just, as far as sim leagues, he tried to do too much too soon and kind of burn himself out. But he wanted to come back and give it a second try, kind of, take things a little more slowly, take his time, have fun with it. So we're really glad to have him here because it sounds like he's a great guy. He just got a little burnt out, and we're happy to give him a second chance.
Awesome.
Okay, and so with the 33rd pick in the DSFL draft, the Norfolk Seawolves will proudly select a Savage running back, the user Gunnar. And so I think that it's time for someone to play a steal card. The short time that this user's created, they've shown that they're very eager to learn, contribute to the league. The fact that they're already pumping out some really great graphics is awesome too. And we're really excited for the boost they're going to bring to our offense this season. And we're really excited for them to help us with running back by committee.
Nice. Let's enjoy your time in Norfolk, Gunnar.
With the 34th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Maui Waialiki, user Excelsior. This guy made a splash from the moment he joined the league by making his name known and joining as many locker rooms as he could get his hands on, except for Tijuana, of course. He's a fast learner who knows what he wants, and I think he'll bring a lot of great things to the league going forward. It's great to have him on the team, clearing the way for Cobra Kai.
Heck. Yeah. Congrats, Excelsior.
All right, with pick number 35, Kansas City takes Armando Galarraga. I butchered that, I'm sorry. But that's from Big Unit Babs, and that's another PB person that I know that Simo really likes. He had a pretty good conversation with them before we picked them, and we know that they liked Bondi a lot. Huge chatter in there, so to continue with the culture picks, we decided to take them here, and hopefully they'll have a great time here.
Yeah. I enjoy how this is a baseball render, but they're a kicker, which is like baseball is one of the least kicking sports out there, right? Link.
Does the rulebook say they can't pitch the ball for kicking?
I guess maybe. What? All right. Well, you got me there. Congrats, Big Unit Babs. Enjoy your time in Kansas City.
We're going to miss you, Babs.
With the 36th overall pick, the Portland Pythons select Daquan Madison, user KingJWM57. South's notes say, one of the first players that I talked to in the class. I was super impressed and yet again was hoping that somehow I could get him to Portland. Luckily for us, the picks fell in our favor and we were able to secure another crucial piece to our team next season. We are super to have you and can't wait to see what you can do.
Heck. Yeah, congrats, King JWM.
With the 37th overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Massimo Rocco, user Dabadad. With no running backs on the roster coming into the draft, we obviously needed to address that. Dabadad was easily the best running back available here, and I'm actually so surprised that we got such a good earner this late in the draft. I think he did everything that he could have. He did Ultimus Week, mock draft, everything. Unfortunately, he never joined our locker room, but looking through other servers, he looked like a nice guy, so we had no problems with making this pick.
Fantastic. I don't know if you guys see this, but in the render, there's like a discarded glove on the ground, and it just like is sad, and it's kind of funny. But congrats, Deb and Dad. Enjoy your time in Minnesota.
Right, with the 38th pick, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Henrik von Pigeon, user Keckers. Keckers was a waiver pickup for us last season. We've got pretty glaring holes on the D-line, so he's going to slot right back in there. We're looking forward to being able to keep him around.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Keckers. With the 39th pick of the DSFL Draft, the London Royals select Thor Snake Chuckerson, user Funny Guy Not Nicholas Alt Account. Okay, Mag says, Snake Chucker was a waiver pickup for us last season and took over full kicking and punting duties for us in the playoffs, so we are more than happy to return him to his duties as a permanent member of the team. We hope his unique combination of user and player name will give us the upper hand against Myrtle Beach and Portland especially. You know, it's a shame that this guy couldn't carry them to beat Tijuana, right? I think we haven't had enough praising Tijuana for winning the Ultimate Mini this season, so...
Yeah, I'm a little offended they didn't list us there in that note.
I
That's,
know,
that's,
I know.
that's the second straight time we've beat them in the Ultimate.
I'm a big fan of the college that this guy went to.
Montana Punter College. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Congrats, Funny Guy Not Nicholas Alt Account. Enjoy your time in London.
All right, and with the 40th pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Devonte CROOK from user Southie. So this is actually, if you've been paying attention, this is our first defensive pick of the entire draft. We've done all offense before this. So we decided here it was time to kind of shore up that defense a little. Southie is a guy that has been earning like a machine. I don't really know why he fell this far. I mean, this guy's got over 100 TPE at this point, like before the draft, which is pretty huge. And he's also, you know, like I said with some of the other picks, he's expressed some interest and he's open to playing a couple of different positions on the defense. He said he'd play defensive end or linebacker as well. So we're just excited to have that versatility and that high of an earner this late in the draft.
Yeah. Well, congrats, Southie, and welcome to the 8-time Ultimate Mini champions, Tijuana Luchadors.
And so, with the 41st pick, coming to the one-time Ultimate Mini champion Norfolk Seawolves, we'll be selecting Vilhjalmur Kublersson. And you're welcome for that pronunciation. They're a tight end from the user Ben Elf. And Ben Elf is a former Super Casual Football Sim League general manager. And whilst all of our players are Wallabies there, we know that this guy's pretty awesome too. They've been really active in the rookie server, which really stood in our minds. And we think that they can be another great steal for us and that they'll fit perfectly in our locker room.
Heck yeah. Congrats, Ben Elf.
With the 42nd pick of the draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Jalen Ramsey, user CoolGuy13. This guy is really eager to learn and always looking for advice on how he can improve his player more. He's been a little more active on Discord than on the forums, so we're hoping to get him a little more involved in the league and look forward to helping him prep his player for the big league. So, yeah, big and bright things ahead.
Fantastic.
All right. Pick number 43, Kansas City takes MOJO Rising from MOJO Rising. So, you know, last season, if everyone remembers, we failed to get MOJO for Slate. So this season, we corrected ourselves and did get MOJO for Slate. Fortunately, Frost is calling up Slate, so no MOJO on Slate. But MOJO Rising is a very excited user, very cool guy to talk to. He was pretty active in the locker room a few times leading up to the draft, so we had to take him, had to get him so we could have someone to replace the whole left by Slate's absence. So glad to have him here.
Fantastic.
With the 44th pick, Portland Pythons select Shane Benjamin, user Meme Maestro. South's notes say, I was surprised to see someone like TMM still available here at 44. I had some very positive talks with him and feel like he's going to be a great addition to the team. I am really looking forward to having him around next season and watching him be a crucial part of the team.
Great. Congrats, Meme Maestro.
With the 45th overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Liam Cool Guy Gab Johnson, user Waters. I think that he created closer to the draft than a lot of the other users, so not as much was known about him, and that could be why they fell so far. We were looking at our options and noticed that he was online on the forum the same day of the draft, so that was a big reason we went with him here. I've been told that they're all over the place in the Sim League world, so hopefully that helps him catch on quickly here.
Fantastic. Congrats, Waters.
With the 46th pick of the draft, Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Lorenzo Torch Smith II. Free safety is the user. Also known around Discord as Hawaiian King. He's been pretty active in our locker room and yeah, should be a good pickup for us, especially pretty late in the draft. Yeah, welcome to Bondi Beach.
With the 47th pick in the DSFL Draft, the London Royals select ZANE CRUZ, tight end, user ZANE CRUZ. Mag says, we were pleasantly surprised to see ZANE CRUZ available at this point in the draft. He has been very responsive on Discord and eager to start his player's career in the DSFL as soon as possible. We are looking forward to integrating him into our team right away, and we are excited to see what he can become. So congrats, ZANE CRUZ. Enjoy your time in London.
All right, with the 48th overall pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Jack Offman. That's what's so funny. All I said was Jack Offman.
Nice.
I don't get it.
Nice
but yeah. Anyway, I don't know how active this guy is. I think this was kind of around the end of the draft where we're just looking at anyone that's showing any modicum of activity. So we're hoping we can kind of get him back, get him in the swing of things. And because, honestly, he's got a first-round name.
Fantastic. Congrats, Dat Boy, for going to Tijuana.
And so, with the 49th pick, I believe, the Norfolk Seals will proudly select Rotowash, kicker punter, from the eponymous username. And we needed a kicker. Norfolk has had a painful history of butt kickers bringing us sadness, so we decided to take a chance on Rotowash in the back half of this draft. We're excited to see that their activity has increased in the last couple of days, and we're really eager to get them into our locker room so that we can welcome them to the family.
R.I.P. Prince Zagreus. But congrats, Rotowash. Enjoy your time in Norfolk.
With the 50th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Vernal Bloodshine. Kicker was another position of need for the Bird Dogs, and he was actually picked up off of waivers for us earlier this season. So we're hoping maybe we can get him back into the league and get him involved in the team again.
Fantastic.
All right, pick 51, Kansas City selects SKIM MILF from Nat. We knew going in that this would be an IA pick, but for depth chart reasons, we really needed another wide receiver. So, good to have him here. Unsure if they'll come back or not, but, good to have the depth chart filled out.
Heck yeah.
With the 52nd pick of the draft, the Portland Pythons select Corey Stedman, user CRS Graphics. South says, after holding initial talks with CRS, he was a guy that I could see fill the TE need for us over here in Portland, and I am super happy to get him here at 52. I look forward to working with him in the coming season. Even though he is our last pick, we know that he has a crucial part to play in our team.
Great.
With the 53rd overall pick, the Minnesota Grey Ducks select Leon Nikita, user Uprising / we need cornerback help, and Nikita is a cornerback. The Maple Milk Municipality of Minnesota was pushing for them at our last pick, so we decided to pull the trigger here. Unfortunately, they look to be possibly inactive, but they initially responded to our scouting, so hopefully we can get them back.
They actually just messaged me like 5 seconds ago asking.
I love to hear that.
Well, good luck, Minnesota, and good luck in the league. Leon Nikita, Uprising /
With the 54th pick of the draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Artur Babayev. I don't know. That's good enough. Uses Frogman. We needed a backup wide receiver to fill out the depth chart. We didn't want to end up with a second quarterback either. So, yeah, this is our pick here. Hopefully he comes back, sees this, and joins us at the beach.
Heck yeah. With the 55th pick, the London Royals will select Taj Glover, running back, user Laserhawk. Mag says, Taj Glover has the potential to be the next running back of the year in the DSFL. If the user Laserhawk returns to the site, please come back to us and they will make you a star. So it looks like this guy's inactive, but they're hoping to get him back like every pick at this point. So good luck to London and good luck to Laserhawk.
And with the 56th overall pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Franklin Ali West from user Falcon. So this pick was actually genuinely interesting to me for being, like second to last or whatever, because this guy hasn't earned much on the forums, or there's not much forum activity, but I did have like an actual conversation with him leading up to the draft. So it's going to be interesting, I guess, to see what ends up happening with this, because this could turn into a good pick with us, and with how versatile, like I said, our draft was, we might have gotten a steal here.
Heck yeah.
And so, with the 57th pick in the DSFL draft, the Norfolk Seals will select Marcus McMarcus, quarterback from the user Chase Hudson. And I just want to preface that I was meant to be on the stream and I did not write this, so sorry in advance. Many moons ago, Norfolk drafted a seemingly inactive quarterback with the username Blassoon. What would follow will live on in Norfolk history forever. We make this draft pick today in Blassoon's honor. So yeah, please come back. Also, that's a rude description. I was plenty inactive, just not that good at it.
Beautiful.
A bit full of yourself, huh?
Congrats, Chase Hudson. Good luck in Norfolk.
All right. With the 58th overall pick, the Dallas Bird Dogs select a trade. So
Nice.
this is clearly one of the trades that typically happen at the end of the draft. From the Grey Ducks side, it may be a bit of a head scratcher, but we actually made this trade earlier in the draft because we clearly have a quarterback already, Ryan Neggs, who we love and drafted with the first overall pick last offseason. Came out as active, but hopefully we can work with them to find them some kind of role on the team. And yeah.
Woohoo. So with that pick, they select Joe Bay, QB. User
I did miss that part, didn't I?
Yes, you did. He's a quarterback. He's this pick in the draft. He's pretty cool. Congrats, K-Mat. So that's the end of our draft, but we got some waiver claims. So our lovely GMs have graciously selected all the waivers since the end of the draft. So if the GMs can just interrupt me if they want to say anything, or the non-GMs that are here, Blassoon. So going to the different teams, the first waiver pickup was Benjamin Anchors, who is joining the Norfolk Seawolves.
Bongo joined in late, but they've gotten a real quick start in the league, already making a wiki page, which obviously I'm a huge fan of, and they're a pretty relaxed guy who's shown a lot of activity in the general server, and of course, just a really great conversation in scouting. Like, we can tell they'll be an awesome addition to our locker room, and so we really can't wait to welcome them to the team.
Yeah, Bongo's a really great one. Really sad we couldn't get him, but Norfolk's going to take amazing care of him for sure.
Heck yeah. The next waiver pickup was Jason Bradshaw. He is going to the Dallas Bird Dogs.
Yeah, Gumba's another guy who's kind of been making his rounds through the locker rooms, and he's just been a great presence everywhere he goes. So we're really excited to have him on board and look forward to interacting with him both in this league and in the SHL, because we just got to know him there recently too. So kind of an exciting pick.
Nice. The next waiver pickup is Trey Washington. They will be going to Kansas City.
So Master Chief, as he goes by, was a user we were very impressed with when we started looking into him. We needed someone to fill the safety position. He will absolutely do that. And he seems very interested and excited about the league, so should be a great player for us.
Great. The next player selected off waivers was Chester Quayle. They will be going to the Minnesota Grey Ducks.
Yeah, we already have one lineman, Hortle, so hopefully he can learn from him. It looks like he was online today, so we're excited to get him into the locker room.
Great. The next player selected off waivers was Giovanni Bianchi, who will now be a Portland Python.
Yeah, South gave me some notes for him. He says he's a great user that shows a lot of versatility and will slot in perfectly on the offensive side of the ball for us. Welcome to Portland.
Great. And then the last waiver pick will be Hihi Jameson, and he will be a London Royal. And Mag did send me something. I gotta go back through my channels here. As the newest player in the ISFL, Jameson will slide into the backfield alongside Royals star running back Teriyaki for the formidable 1-2 punch that is all but necessary for an effective running game in the league. If he is able to accrue TPE as emphatically as he tries to spend it, the sky is the limit for Chukwu. Awesome. Well, thank you all for tuning into our draft. We have both preseasons coming up. Friday, we will probably have the ISFL preseason. And then Monday is when the regular season for the ISFL starts. And then Tuesday is when the DSFL preseason starts. So stay tuned for that. And I can't wait to see everyone's players kick ass out on the gridiron. So this has been the draft. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have created a player and you were supposed to be drafted or you were supposed to be picked up on waivers, contact me and we can figure something out, or we can let you know where you are in the process. So thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye.